Well, everyone's been talking about the new season of White Lotus. Here's a taste.
And this woman, this rich woman, she was supposed to help me open up my own spa, you know, so I could be my own boss. Something I've always wanted to do. And of course, she flakes, runs off with some guy she just met.
We're delighted to be joined now by two stars of season 3, Natasha Rothwell and Morgana O'Reilly. Hello to you both and welcome to News Breakfast. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. So good to talk to you. Natasha, I was thrilled when Belinda was back for season 3, as so many fans were, because she's kind of the moral compass among all of these overly rich and predominantly quite unlikable people.
Yes, no, I was so glad to be asked back too. You know, she's such a conduit for the audience to see themselves on screen. So it's nice to, especially on this show, to play a likable character.
Yeah. And how do you, because of course every episode we're so excited for the next and to see what happens and all of the twists and turns, no spoilers, but when you get the scripts, are you just like, oh my God, turning page after page?
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, it was a fast page turner. I'd like binged all of them at once. Like,
and then it's like the reverse of like reading a book and then watching a film that never lives up to it. It's like reading the script and then watching this fleshed out version.
Yeah, just come alive.
Come
reading
alive.
it's like I'm watching White Lotus.
Yeah.
What was it like to film season 3, Morgana?
It was a revelation. It was a journey for me. We were just talking about this yesterday, but like from the start to the finish of shooting, sort of going through my own little imposter syndrome stuff for the start, and then getting over that because I have lovely friends who took care of me. So it was amazing. Yeah.
Well, Pam's made me think, do I need a wellness mentor?
Yeah, you do.
Do you think I do? Yeah.
I think everyone does.
Everyone does.
Everyone needs someone to say, you know what? Treat yourself.
Treat yourself, absolutely.
Put your phone away.
Morgana, you have just gone from strength to strength, but for you, getting that phone call to say, yes, you've been cast in the White Lotus must have been life-changing.
Oh, it was absolutely amazing. I feel like every actor, every working actor knows what it's like to have those near hits. And I had had those for years and years and years, and this one was so straightforward and so nice. I just got to sit in the hope of it for a long time, a very short amount of time. So I didn't have to sit there in turmoil for months. And then I got the call at 7:30 a.m. on a Saturday morning. My agent said, "It's yours," and I said, "Are you sure?"
So
and
exciting.
then I cried and danced and called my parents in tears on FaceTime. They're like, "What's going on?" Like, I got it.
Well, we're so glad it's you. And of course, you've lived here in Australia. I believe you're a fan of the ABC and you grew up watching Play School.
I did, but we had the New Zealand version of Play School, but the same, like Big Ted and everything, they were a feature, so special. Yeah, and yeah, have lived in Australia a lot. Lived in Sydney for 2 or 3 years, and then moved to Melbourne. Had my babies in Melbourne. Feel very connected to Nam.
Well, yeah, here we are in Melbourne. We'd love to have you here. How was it getting reacquainted with our flat accent? Because there's a few variants, but across the ditch, right?
With the accent, I love the Australian accent. You know, I really tried to make this character a Kiwi, but it was just funnier as an Australian. And she just felt so much. And I love the Australian accent. There's all these amazing rules. Like, you guys say dance and chance, but you don't say I can't. I can't go dance. You say I can't dance.
Can't dance.
Which is, Americans would say, I can't dance.
Can't dance.
Can't
So
dance.
the rules, they're all around. I love that little soft, well, everyone now loves that little soft R at the end of an O sound. No.
Oh no, of course.
delicious.
Oh yeah, all the little tweaks you have to make. Natasha, what is it about this show, do you think, that has just become a complete global phenomenon? I mean, it's funny, it's fun, it's quite revealing in the ways in which we have to reassess our lives when we go away from our everyday life as well. But also for Belinda, she really is someone who you can kind of really empathise with, as someone who lives in everyday life, has real pressures in amongst all of these hyper wealthy people.
Yeah, I mean, the show is so special. I think, you know, it really explores, you know, that axiom, wherever you go, there you are. And I think that when you realize, when you travel, you really do meet yourself and see yourself more acutely. And I think the brilliant thing that Mike has done is, you know, he's introducing all of these characters to the more sort of, you know, hideous side of themselves. And I think even when Belinda's traveling, she's auditioning, you know, a different kind of, you know, vacation persona in season 3. And I think audience like to see that sort of moment of recognition when someone is really meeting themselves for the first time and playing around with how to, you know, I guess sort of reconcile who they are with who they want to be. And I think that's just a human struggle that we all experience. And it's kind of, you know, delightful to watch very rich people fail miserably at it.
Absolutely.
Makes us all feel better.
It does. We are loving season 3 here at News Breakfast, but if there is a White Lotus Melbourne, will the theme return? Because we are missing the theme a little bit.
The theme song.
Yeah.
It's still I'm obsessed with this season.
You like? Okay.
And I love this theme song. It's so, yeah.
It is such a, I think, it's been different every season, but I think because the one last season was turned into, or the first season was turned into like a club remix.
Yeah.
It's so iconic, but I just love what this season, the tone it sets, and sort of like, it's a darker, sort of more spiritual tone to the song. And I'm sure, like, you know, Kendrick Lamar can remix it at some point.
Oh yeah, we can't wait to see Kendrick
You have
times
to
White Lotus.
relearn this season, don't you? Every season you have to relearn it. And I remember when that song first came on, and I was watching and I was like, oh. But now I love.
Just so suspenseful. We can't wait for season 4. We know there's going to be one. Ladies, thanks so much for joining us on News Breakfast.
Cup and car.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.